Hey everyone, it's Christine here with Sotheby's Realty. Just wanted to give you that March market update focusing on the first quarter and what was happening as we went into this COVID situation. So I'm just going to pull up my stats for you here. So here you go. We've got our stats for the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver starting January 2020. If you look at the top line here, sales, 1571 in January. As we moved up to February, March, wow, we were moving into an excellent spring market. Sales were up. We hadn't seen sales like this, I think, since spring of last year, which was, I think in May, we had a record month. For all of 2019 in terms of the amount of sales. Then moving down to our listings and months of inventory, you can see that in January we were at 5.5 months of inventory. So between 4 and 6 is a balanced market. Below 4 is a seller's market if you stay in that that number of months of inventory for a sustained period. So as you can see, as we were heading into March, we were getting lower and lower months of inventory all the way down to March, down to 3.8 months of inventory, which is seller's market territory. Things were looking really, really good in March. And you can start to see that playing out on the pricing. January, we're in a balanced market, but we were making incremental increased prices in the benchmark price. So moving on, we're going to move on to the next slide. So January sales, we had 1103 back in 2019. This January, we had 1571 sales. That's up 42% over last year. So year over year, sales had increased in January. Benchmark was down just by 1.1% January of last year to 2020, partly because back in January of last year, we had high months of inventory. Actually, we had 9.8 months of inventory January 2019, and that over time started to put pressure down on prices. Now, going into February, our sales, 1484 in February 2019, 2150 in February of 2020, up 44, almost 45% year over year. And that we started to see a small increase in price, starting to catch up here year over year in pricing. So we were just up 0.4%. These numbers are rounded. Going into March, we did 1727 sales in 2019. We did 2524 sales in March. That's up 46% year over year. And man, if COVID hadn't hit in the middle of the market, I think we would have seen even a stronger month. So the benchmark too, also related or showing the price increase from 1.01 to 1.03. So up 2.2%. Of course, we're talking broad market. Each individual condos, townhouses, houses are seeing slightly different numbers, but overall the market was moving up and we were moving into the right market. And here you can see first quarter sales year over year, you had 4,314 back last in 2019. This quarter, we are at 6,245, up 45% year over year. So what is the new market telling us? Well, March had a really good run in terms of sales, which started to change halfway through the month once the emergency was declared and we all start to realize what was going on. So had that not happened, we probably would have seen more sales in March. Are April sales going to be lower? Yes, we all know that because there's less homes going on the market. There's less buyers going out to buy and there's less people wanting to sell. Now, the thing that I do know is there are people buying and there are people selling. Some people need to buy and sell because they have to. Maybe they've just sold their home and now they need to buy something else. And that's why realtors have been deemed an essential service. So we're going to keep a close eye on what's happening in the market. I have heard of homes selling multiple offer even in the last week while we have been under our stay-at-home orders. So there is a market out there, and yes, things are slowing down. However, there are some people in the market So that's what I know. People are going to need to buy. People are going to need to sell. I'm here for you. So if you have questions or are wondering about your market specifically, or you have some real estate needs, I'm here and happy to help. With that, I hope your families are happy and safe, and I hope you have a fantastic Easter. Talk to you soon.